back to Book Talk with Grace. I hope you've had a motivational week because I have. I've been doing a lot of motivational things this week, like a lot of fun things. Like on Thursday, I went to West Park with my family and it was really fun. It was really good exercise and I really loved it because I got to see the outdoors and I got to play in the park with my sisters and my brother, and it was really good to go outside for once. Also, on that same day, I made a rocket with my sisters, and it was really fun and really cool at the end because we didn't really get it right, but it's good for our first try. It was good for our first try, and I loved designing things like arty things, even during this pandemic. And I hope you guys have been doing some motivational things too, because you need to do it in this global pandemic. You really need to. So, and also today I made banana bread with my mum, and it was really fun as well. So this week has been very busy, and as you know, it's been very sunny. So obviously I've been outside playing as well, and obviously I've been reading. So I hope you guys have done some motivational things as well. So please keep yourself motivated. That's all I need. So let's get straight on with the video. As I said I would do last week, I am doing a book review on a book called A Very Good Chance by Sarah Moore as well. So I've actually got the book right here. And I don't know if you can see there, but it says, choose how you see the world. So basically, and there's a little girl riding a horse right there on the front cover too, by Sarah Moore. And it's a short book. It's a short book, really easy understanding. It's in first person, and I'm gonna read a little, the few pages of the book to tell you, give you a faint idea of what the book's about. So listen up. Ned Buckley and Martin Castledy joined their class in the middle of winter term. To start with, you never saw them one of them without the other. They had the same walk, the same silent way, and the same brooding expressions on their faces. Otherwise, they weren't in the slightest bit alike. Martin's eye was pale and small. He had a round face and red hair, and when he closed his fists, his fingers turned purple. Ned's hands were tanned, and so was his face. His eyes were so large and so dark, he could have been wearing mascara, though knowing Ned Buckley would be unlikely. I remember how from the very start, Lola kept nudging me to tell me to quit staring, but I couldn't stop looking at him. Serena, our history teacher, said we should make an effort to get to know them, but it wasn't easy to know people who never speak and who don't look at anyone when they come into class and who disappear at random times in the day for no obvious reason. Martin Castledy stayed for 18 days and then disappeared for good. Soon, I couldn't recall much about him except from the redness of his hair and the purpleness of his fists. We hadn't made such of an effort, but to be fair, he hadn't given us much of a chance. Serena said that there were times when the only thing a person needs is to be told to hold out a friendly hand, or show them where the vending machine is, or say a single word of kindness. And those small things can convince anyone to stay at school when they're thinking about maybe leaving. I don't remember anyone even trying to talk to Martin or Ned in the early days, because why would we? When everyone in our class would much prefer to talk about people behind our backs. That's Ballyrush Secondary for you. And Brendan Kirby is our king. So, as it says in the book, that's Minty. Minty is what the first person is. And in this book, it's basically talking about Ned Buckley and Martin. And Martin disappeared after 18 days, and basically it was only Minty and her friends and Ned Buckley they were talking about on Ballyrush Primary. And basically in the book, it's mainly focusing on Ned Buckley and Minty. I'm going to tell you a bit about the book. So basically, at the start, it said that, and Minty didn't know anything about Ned. She didn't know anything except from this magical place called Nettlebog, where her and her friends would go and explore and adventure into it's kind of like a wood, but and it has lots of bushes and stuff like that. It's a very magical place with a river running through it. So they made a vow. Minty and her friends made a vow to stick together and always go to Nettlebog together. But Minty had other plans, and she needed to go by herself because she had family issues, and she went to Nettlebog by herself. She broke the vow, but she didn't really care, and she went to Nettlebog, and it felt more magical than ever. There was like when she went, because it was nighttime when she went, obviously, and obviously nighttime is dark, but when she went, it was really, really bright and colourful. Like the moon was shining, and the bushes had purple berries in them, all colours. The trees were nice and green, and the river that ran through Nettlebog, it looked like you could literally step on it. That's how calm it was. It wasn't rippling or anything. The river looked like a reflection or ice that you could literally walk on. That's why it felt really, really magical to her. And when she turned and saw a what's it called, camper van, she went over and she peeked in through the window, and she saw Ned and her grandma. She was shocked to see them there because she doesn't know where Ned lives, and she didn't know that Ned was there. So she almost got caught, but Ned saw her. So she went so fast, her legs started aching. She cycled so fast back home, but Ned stopped her, and basically Minty was here, and Ned went round her on his horse, on his wild horse. Well, people think it's wild, but it is a wild horse. And they went round and round and round her, and Minty thought he was trying to scare her away, so she cycled as fast as she could back home, and she didn't look at Ned the next day at school. She didn't look at Ned, she didn't talk to Ned, she didn't do anything. But at the end of the day, or in the middle of the day, she went over to him and said, "Why did you try and scare me?" But actually, Ned was trying to tell him not to come over because she thought she was a bad person trying to take the horses away. But Minty apologized and said that she wasn't trying to take the horses or anything. She wasn't trying to do any harm. And basically, they became friends through the book, and Minty found the inner truth of herself. She found that she was a professional horse rider, and Minty and Ned were both had horses. Like Ned gave Minty a horse, and it was a beautiful white horse with soft fur. Minty said, in the book it says that Minty couldn't even look at it. It was so beautiful. And Ned had a black horse, she had a white horse. They rode together, and one day Ned gave Minty a test. So basically, they were running with their horses in a forbidden place that they weren't allowed to go with wild horses. And basically, the police were chasing them while they were on their horses. And unfortunately, they were caught on the horses. They were caught and they were brought home. And Minty's dad was very, very, very mad. Very mad. Infuriatingly mad. And he said that Ned is a bad influence on her, and she should stay away. But Minty didn't stay away. She had his number. That was all that mattered. So, and unfortunately as well, Ned's horse got hurt because it just got hurt. And but Ned's horse is okay. Don't worry, it's okay. Okay. But he just needs a little bit of rest. And Minty is at that point. Minty's just feeling like, what should I do? My dad's really mad at me, and her mum actually had to go to hospital as well in the book. So she had to go to Littlebug, that's why. And basically the book right here is really, really good. I think you guys should read it. 11, 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, anyone can read it actually. But more people that my age, it's a short book. You can read it in like a week. So I read it in like a week. It's a 5.6 right there. And basically it's about choose how you see the world. You can go to your own path. You don't have to follow anyone. Basically, that's what the book is trying to say. And this is the end of my review. I love this book. You guys should try and read Sarah Moore's books. Please try and get it. It's a very interesting and amazing book. You should all try and read during this pandemic to just try and calm your nerves. So this is the end of my review. As I said, next week I'm going to review a book called The List of Real Things by Sarah Moore as well. So please stay tuned for that video. I'll see you guys next time. Stay motivated, stay safe as well. Bye.